I knew that out here because I listened to them killing things all night long. Throwing the billy goats, it's kind of what I ended on last night. And this one's 18 3/4. See the reverse wake of this guy doing his thing. Golly, that is so satisfying to see that about to happen and then to watch it happen and feel that rod load up. Oh, that's the best. Oh, buttoned. Oh, you're 20 1/4. 20.25 with the craw pincher coming out the butthole. You eating craws? I'm not gonna do that. That's rude. Billy goat bite is over. Now that the sun is out, you would be mistaken. It's about 5:30 in the morning. You can hear a rooster crowing at a farm up on the hill there on an island in the Juniata River. My kayak is right over there, and I'm gonna go ahead and break all this down. It's gonna take me about 10 minutes. Start fishing right now, like 10 minutes from now. This is a nice thing about hammock camping on the river, that I can get up at 5:30 and start fishing at 5:40 and not have to drive however many hours or get up at 2:30 in the morning to be here at this time, because it's like I'm here. I like being here. So that was a pretty good camp. It was an established one. It's part of the Tuscarora State Park. It's, there are a network of different islands, Susquehanna, and this is the Juniata, and I'm sure other rivers where you can do this. And I'll be honest, I didn't really research it. I just happened upon this one. But it was a good one. It was easy. But part of the advantage of the drifter hammock is that you don't really need an established one. You can set that thing up anywhere. Like the requirements aren't flat level ground so much. I mean, you need it somewhat level, but not like you do with a tent where you're going to be laying on the ground, basically. The tear down is quick. Oh, I knew that out here because I listened to them killing things all night long right in front of camp, and I'm still right here in front of camp. What a great start to the day. Alright, let's see how big the first one is. Yep, it's 17 and a half. Good start to the day. And I think a lot of it is because I am not still back there breaking down camp. I'm pretty low tech when it comes to the whole camping deal. Like, I don't set up a fire. I don't cook. I have stuff that's ready to eat, and my caffeine is that. I don't brew coffee, just start. Just wake up, break down the hammock, start casting. Another nice one right away. Throwing the billy goats, it's kind of what I ended on last night. And this one's 18 3/4. And I already got two nice ones. 17 and a half, 18 3/4. It's a good day and it's just started, just begun. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording. Really did lay in that hammock last night, listening to the river, hearing probably those two nice fish I caught slashing at the surface, killing things. I'd say all night, but it was mostly closer to dawn. So I got some good grass beds right here in front of camp, and that's where I got those first two nice ones. And I think I did some caught a bunch of fish at some grass beds just down here a little bit before I even got up to camp. Like, I caught a lot of them. And I did explore up above camp, a couple, I'm gonna say 1.5 miles, maybe close to 2 miles. And I don't think I saw habitat as good as what's right below me. I don't say right below me, but half a mile down there is a lot of grass. Got back down to the grass beds, and here's the welcome wagon. The thing I think about is how much more of a pain in the butt doing all of this in this grass is with treble hooks on a bait or with spinning blades. I mean, there's so much loose stuff that everything's gonna catch on everything else. And to have something that comes back clean most of the time really is a nice thing. And you know, the soft plastic in particular, the billy goat, does it so well. That's why I wanted to come back to the grass beds. It has not been happening. So right there. Yeah, good. Good. Right at the boat. Right at the end of these. Yes. I got to see the reverse wake of this guy doing his thing. Golly. That is so satisfying to see that about to happen and then to watch it happen and feel that rod load up. Oh, that's the best. Yep. He freight trained it. Yep. He freight trained it. Another 17 3/4. Let me mash your mouth. Nope, you're 17 1/2. Like it's in him. It's a really good hook. That grip pin hook is good. Really good. That was right where that 17 1/2 was. I usually do have friends. Oh, he's buried in that stuff. I'm getting callous with these 15, 16 inchers. Oh no. What's happening? I just cast that off. I gotta retie my leader. I hate crashing this area, but good thing this thing floats. Yeah, I went like all of yesterday without retying. That was not good. I'm using the Snell knot, which usually holds up pretty good. Well, I think the knot held up. I think for how many fish I'd caught on that, just yesterday alone, it's 20-pound fluoro. Like it's pretty strong stuff, but I moved a lot of fish with it. It's super shallow here. Oh, hello. Hello. Yeah, you get that. Nothing else. You're just thick. You're a thick fishy. You're heavy. You eat. You've been eating. Have you not been eating? Look how fat you are. You fat. Good smallmouth. Thank you. Oh, thank you. It's a lot of them this size. Yeah, he's 16 and 1/4. Whatever that ear class is thick in this grass bed. Man, you're like swept out of there in like 2 seconds. So that's kind of the interesting thing that grass bed is that there are breaks from the current, but the current is swift through there. And just in fighting that fish, I've lost 50, 60 yards. Let's see if he's got any buddies. I'll come up behind him. But yeah, it's like this grass is thick in places where you can park right in the middle of it. But if you're in one of these lanes, it is absolutely shooting you through there at a high rate of speed. And I think that's what they like. He waked it. He waked it and he didn't eat it. Oh gosh. Why do they do that? Why do they do that and not eat it? Someone eat it. Do I have to speed you up? Yeah, apparently I'm gonna speed you up. Yeah, you're not a big one though. Get in here. Get in here. Get over here. You don't measure. You're only 14. It really is a little bit of hard bottom in the midst of this grass. And this is very shallow but fairly large patch of it here. So one thing that can help if they're really looking up, sometimes they meet it at the water as it's coming down. They're already there, but is to flip the bail or thumb the reel or whatever, so that before it touches down, your line is straightened out. It can help with the hookup percentage for sure, just to straighten that line out and just you just stop it short and then keep your rod tip pointed at it. The physics of it is, with any cast, there's a curvature, and when you straighten out that curvature by stopping it short, like you, as it's curving, you stop it and then it straightens out like this, and that, you know, that just makes it so it hits on taut line, which is what you need for an effective hook set. All right, we're coming up on a ledge here, and I've just started my my torpedo in reverse. All I'm trying to do is to slow my drift so that I can really work the push water above it. I can steer and kind of ferry backwards out in front of it. And really drop it in the last little part of the pool before it drops down. This push water, or this accelerating water before the drop, can be so important. And using reverse with the torpedo and foot control steering is a nice way to make sure you get to work the whole thing. I can just make it work. There we go. Can I keep up with you? Yep. He pulled me down a little bit, so I'm gonna go in forward, and I'm gonna zoom up out away from the rapid. I'm also gonna try to let this guy go away from maybe any friends that he's got. I'm gonna let him There it goes. I like this area. It's been good to me. It's good to me yesterday afternoon. It's been good to me this morning. I mean, I can still see where I've camped. About half a mile away, maybe. But the fog is just now starting to burn off. Starting to, hasn't burned off. And the closest ramp, closest access point to this is like miles downstream. I don't know what it is upstream, but I don't know how far I came up before I got here yesterday. If I launched this morning, even if I got up at dark 30, I'm not making it to this part of the river anywhere near this time of day. And that's one of the other advantages of camping out here, is that you can pick the right spot. GoPro, start recording. I like this lane. You can pick wherever you want to start the day, especially with that hammock. You know, because you can drop that thing anywhere. Move back above that ledge, and work in this corner pocket. Second one I've had boils on it. Shallow. Than what I got. I might be able to salvage this. Oh, listen to that. Listen to the thunder coming in. I think this just blew out of someone's campsite. Yep. A newer version than the one I got, and I think I can probably clean that up and take that home, clean it, and have it be useful to someone. Alright, in the last episode we looked at this illustration. We're going to take another look at it, and I made mention of coming back to this in the previous episode because I fished and caught them in these narrow channels, which was just the more consistent, more aggressive bite. I came through here this second day and continue to catch them, you know, for sure up at the top. You know, in a lot of the same places, but I was catching better fish as I moved into this far channel. Now, this is sort of what is the angler behavior? When an angler comes down on this section of river and he's looking down and says, well, this is the easier path, especially as it gets lower. This is harder to navigate through, and it just looks like you're gonna get it bogged down. As you're about to see, I get into this narrower channel and I catch a very big fish here, and the biggest of this trip, and I see some others that I miss that are all in this back area, and I catch, you know, I've caught a couple here already in this area thus far in the video, but I come through it many different times, you know. Initially down through here, I come down into this area, but it isn't until I really kind of come down through here, park myself in the middle, start working this edge, work, this narrow chute, but then get into this area that just isn't the funnest section to get through. And this comes down to angler behavior. The less pressured fish are going to be here because it just visually looks like the tougher go. Most people that are floating through here doing a float trip are going to go through this nice wide area. And that's probably why the better fish were in the tougher to access narrow channel on this side. That's a big one. All the way on the far side. Buttoned. Oh. You're big. You're a big fish. You really are a big fish. And you're in the net. Yay! Nice. Nice. Big for the day, I believe. Ooh. Back where most people wouldn't reach because of all that thick grass. Very, very, very nice. All right. That's a big fish. Golly. And it hooks out of them. Yep. You're a big boy. Look at that big boy. Ooh. Beautiful. How long are you? You're 20, aren't you? Yep. Yep. Yeah, 20 and a quarter. No, I don't think I could get you to. No, there. You're 20 and a quarter. 20.25 with the craw pincher coming out the butthole. You eating craws? I'm not gonna do that. That's rude. All right, this one is 20 and a quarter, 3 pound, 10 ounces. And they do get skinny in the summertime. It's August, and man, their metabolism is cranking, so they gotta eat, and they've been eating all morning on top water. So I've fished in grass thick like this before, and I think most of my experience doing it though is in a rotomolded kayak. And one of the advantages of being in the inflatable is that when you want to cross that really thick stuff over there, you just lift the motor. Eat that, don't swat at it. You lift the motor, you paddle over it, and it requires very little effort because it rides over it. It's just so smooth, and it's just gliding right over that stuff that it's just it's another advantage for the inflatables is fishing thick grass like this. You get places easier, and I feel like when you get to places easier that other people struggle to get to, sometimes you get to less pressured fish. The main channel that I think most people, when they get to the head of this grass bed, is along that bank. I would guess that those fish over there are more pressured, and as it turned out today, I've caught my better fish on this side. I don't know that that's always the case, but they get poked enough over there. The bigger ones, maybe like, hey, this is this is the place that we need to be, over here. We don't get messed with. So the guy with an inflatable comes through. GoPro, start recording. Nice one. Yep, well, the sun's up. It doesn't really matter. They're still eating top water. Yep. Boop. This for sure is laminar flow, and I've had 2 fish mess with it and not eat it. You can see their wake coming up behind it or from the side. They're probably 16, 17 inch fish. And it's, you know, it's a flat bottom, flat gravelly bottom. No discernible standout feature. It's just the right current. That one didn't miss it. He's not real big either. He's not tiny. Man, the wake he made was impressive. I think the closer you get it to some sort of object on shore, the more excited they get. Like, they want it that much more when they think they can pin it against something solid. Alright, I kind of figured this was coming. This rain, it's been kind of... I've had some cool breezes, and we've heard the thunder at a distance, and I think we're right on the edge of these storms. And I don't know. Do I need this? Do I really need this? I probably need to pull this camera down though. But yeah, it's been cool. I've actually paddled motored, whatever. I'm back to my campsite. That's where I camped. So, you know, in the whole, like, probably 6 miles that I came up, this was the best that I found yesterday, and I've just taken the morning and just pounded it. But I'm gonna put this camera away for now, and we'll just run with the GoPro. I definitely felt the rain coming. Like, I heard the thunder earlier. I haven't heard it recent, but you could feel cold air coming down the river. Alright, so with the rain, it really makes a lot of commotion on the surface of the water. I feel like the billy goat is maybe too quiet, so I'm going louder with the choppo. I'm going to snag a lot of grass doing it, but I think matching the kind of noise profile of... Oh, yeah, that was right away. That was first cast. Yeah, matching the noise profile kind of makes sense. That's a big fish too. That's a good one. In the rain. Amazing. First cast with the Chapo. And got a good one. I think they understand that the rain dislodges a lot of stuff, and they look to the surface. Buzzbaits are great in the rain. Really any topwater. But I really wanted to go louder, so yeah. Keep throwing the Chapo. Starting to let up a little bit. Actually, it's letting up all at once. I'm back at the campground here, campsite, and I thought about getting into my dry bag. Yesterday when I left, actually the day before I left, I looked at the forecast and knew it was going to be a high of 98 degrees. So why in the world would I bring a hooded sweatshirt when it was going to be 98 degrees? Well, this is sort of the scenario. And you know, I got my rain jacket on, but some of it got in, and my pants are, you know, everything's soaked. I'm not hypothermic, but I'm a little chilly. And I thought about getting that hooded sweatshirt out, but that's why even in summer, even in August, you certainly bring your rain gear. And it's not a bad idea to bring some insulation of some sort. I'm not getting into it yet, but I have been hypothermic in the middle of summer, and it really comes down to the rain that comes out of these thunderstorms is water that's way up there. That's how they form. They go, you know, this water starts way up in the atmosphere where it's, 40 degrees. That's a good one. And it gets cold as it, that is a really good one. It's cold water. In this guy. So when you get soaked with cold water, you get hypothermia. Get in there. So, I definitely appreciate the big fish bite we get from the rain, but you can get hypothermic pretty quick. Good one. Yeah. Very cool. On the Chapo. Another 17.5 incher. Look at what my Chapo's doing. It's spinning. Why? Because you get grass in there and the prop spins it the other way. So I'm letting it unspin a lot. Don't really know. So we might have some staying power. How big are you? Some size? No, you're just weird fish hook sideways. How does this happen? I apologize. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna put you in the net. Because control you better in the net. I hooked them in the side. It's that Ryugi quad hook that this one was just slashing at it, and his mouth nowhere near it. Pull the big camera back out. If I need to, I can throw my floppy rain hat over it. But I'm looking west. I think it's over. Okay. Fan casting left and right, and then straight downstream to the grass that I can see. And yep, that's a big one. I'll keep you buttoned. Keep you buttoned. Get in the net. You. Good one. Nice. So we're coming back down to the grass bed, and I'm sort of wondering, hey, do I go back with the bait, the safe bait that doesn't catch on the grass, or do I throw something different at them and, you know, keep the Chopo going? And glad I got the Chopo. You know, they've seen a lot of that other bait, but the Chopo for sure, they say it has drawing power. All that means is that these bigger fish will move a long distance to eat it. And it's such a big, hard entry. This 18 1/4. Racking up the bigs, 18 1/4. This fish came, I think, a long way to blast it out of the grass. I think his head was down in there. It's deep water. It's deep water leading up to it, and yeah, drawing power. It draws them out of wherever they're tucked away. It makes them move a long distance. Drawing power. Jackhammer has a lot of drawing power. It motivates them to move. Let's do the hook and look. That fish, right in the middle, you're going to see a very generalized disturbance. And all it is the grass coming close to the surface again, right in the middle. That. So, right on my fingertip there. So I cast down to it, and basically right here where I'm at, we got I don't know how deep that is. It's for this area, it's pretty deep. Like, I'm not touching yet. There. That's most of the paddle length. Which is, are you kidding me? Is fairly deep for this area. You know, it's the deeper water in the region, and basically what I could see of that grass coming up, I knew it was tapering up. It was getting shallow, and I figured it was grass, and I just made that cast right there down onto it. So taper ups are always good. And this is deeper water. I got the 17.5 right up there, and it's 18 1/4 here. So I'm thinking about this. Maybe too much, maybe not enough. Most of the hits I get with this bait are within the first 3 turns of the reel handle. And it's like they see it coming, and if that's the case, statistically, wouldn't it make more sense to make more short cast than fewer bomb cast? I don't know. You know, does it matter that much that it's, you know, that you're putting distance between you and the fish? Like, I get it in super low clear water. This isn't really super low clear water. This is, you know, it's got some flow to it. I think some of the rain and, you know, the grass itself kind of conceals your approach. I don't know. I think I'm making a case for many shorter casts as opposed to, you know, always bombing it way out there. The other kind of downside of bombing it is that, say you have one hit here and it's way out there, and then I start moving with it. That's a harder hook set. That is more difficult to like really stick it to them. It just is. I feel like your hook sets are going to be more, I don't know, effective in that short range, or even just the fact that there's not that much line out. The line is straight. He turns with it. Gonna hook himself, maybe. I don't know. Right at the top of the grass bed. And I got this. This guy hit the chopo. I could boat swing you, but you got too much energy for me, man. You're going in the net. That other free treble, you are not worth taking a hook for. We're at the top of the grass bed. Things are happening. Drop the anchor because I'm in all sorts of current. Oh, he let himself off at that grass. That's okay. It's kind of one of the risks you take throwing treble hook baits in grassy areas. Is it, you know, there's a free treble hook that's not in the fish. They can take that down to the grass and just rip it out. Alright, I want to show you this just horrendous line twist I've got from, it's basically from the chopo catching grass and then doing this kind of somersault again and again and again, that it's got my leader looking like that. The leader's trash, but all that line twist is up in the braid as well. So I'm cutting everything off, and I will trash that leader. But to undo, yeah, this is garbage. To undo the rest of it, because there's a lot of spin. I'm in pretty good current here. And I'm just gonna keep it away from my torpedo motor. I don't want that braid in there, but basically I'm letting line out. And just the force of the water as we're moving upstream is gonna unspin some of that. And then I'll retie. Let me go ahead and get another sectional leader ready. Yeah. I'll just tie on a new sectional leader, and hopefully that gets rid of some of the line twist. Alright, moving down from the grass bed area, just kind of casting in space with the chopo. Yeah, I can't bring these smaller fish in just boat swinging them. Can't do it. Just really don't want the treble hook in the leg. Yeah. Oh, I got a good jumper over here on this root ball log jam. Nice. I worked that mud line for a second, and I was like, I gotta get on that wood with the all that hung up on wood with the billy goat. That one decided to play. Big old bridge piling with wood hung up on it, and skipped the billy goat up into some little crevices, and it's amazing how as soon as I pull away from that grass bed, it's so hit or miss with catching them. Like, that much vegetation, it just has all the life, and there's grass down here, and there's nice looking habitat here and there, but it's not the concentration that it was right up there. Here's another creek dumping in some mud. That mud line. It is chunky. That's a good one. Took that right at the boat, right at this major ledge, and I had been throwing the jackhammer because of that muddy water, but I thought clear it up a little bit underneath there. I should go back to throwing the billy goat. And man, I watched him come up and bag it, take it. You might think that the billy goat bite is over now that the sun is out. You would be mistaken. Whew. That's a big one. I got to watch him running up. He almost looked at me and was like, are you sure you're not gonna eat that? I think I'll eat that. Yeah, he's 19 and a quarter. Man. Racking up the bigs today. 19 and a quarter on the billy goat. Top water's not done. Nice. Alright, I've returned to the scene of the crime. The fish was somewhere in this area. I cast down towards this log, so I might have drawn him out of that. There's a lot of that vegetation there that, I don't know, is he hiding under that? Whatever. I could stand up in this right here and not get my kneecaps wet. It's for sure associated with this ledge, which is, you know, if you look upstream and downstream, you know, you're not going to see another one like it in the immediate vicinity. So there's not a lot of these dominant ledges, and that fish was for sure associated with it in some pretty pretty shallow water. This is clean water here. You get up onto the bank here, we're going to see the creek. There's a couple creeks going up, but there's one right above it. It's for sure got some muddiness to it. Yeah, that's something less than 2 feet of visibility right here in the shallows. But it blends out pretty quick to clean water. All right, it is 2:30, and I think I might get off the river a little bit early. I know it sounds crazy, but there's like probably 60 to maybe 55 degree air. It's chilly coming straight down the river, and I can't really see where it's coming from. So I think we got some crazy storms coming. I don't hear them, but the amount of energy that's you know, pushing up and down in the atmosphere right now is kind of ridiculous. So I can handle the rain in, you know, thunder and lightning, I guess, but I think it's gonna get crazy. And I've had a good day, had fun. I mean, coming up yesterday and camping, found a just awesome camp, you know, island to camp on, and had a great place to start this morning, where I was just on a pot of fish. It was just loaded up, and man, I couldn't have had a better morning, and I'm grateful for it, and love this river, love the Juniata.